came on this adventure to take the snowy river and Braidwood off my bucket list. 3 stays in 3 days on remote gravel road, beautiful camping site, mountain forest, and one of the most iconic bridge in the Victorian High Country.
Elevation 894 meters.
But to my surprise, this bridge would become the most challenging moment of my entire trip. How did I end up there, and what should I do next? Let's go back to where this trip started.
So I'm heading to Braidwood. Instead of taking the normal route from Goulburn, I've decided just to find an alternative, take the country road all the way to Braidwood instead. Wow, look at that. It's the scene like this really put me at ease.
For this trip, I had one destination in mind, the Snowy River, and the road that runs alongside it, Braidwood and McKillops Road. I also want to finally cross the famous McKillops Bridge, one of the most iconic gateway into the Victorian High Country. It has been on my bucket list for a long time. I knew this was going to be an epic solo adventure, but the funny thing is, I didn't really have a solid plan. How I was going to get there, when I was going to camp, and when I would arrive, all of that was still very much in the air. Cold weather, last-minute packing, and work stress. I have every reason not to go, but still, here I am.
Marching toward the Victorian High Country, doing the adventure solo. Really looking forward to it. Alright, back on top.
I caught up with few old mates on their sidecars, and that does look like a much more comfortable way to travel. I arrived in Braidwood in the early afternoon. From here, I decided to keep heading down toward the coast by the King's Highway. The idea was simple: follow the coastline for a few hundred kilometers before slowly making my way back inland toward the high country. It should be warmer down there.
King's Highway started.
The King's Highway is one of my favorite roads to ride in New South Wales, stretching between the Southern Highlands and the coast. It has some of the best riding scenery in the state. The road surface is smooth, the corners are wide and flowing, and everything just linked together beautifully on a motorcycle. What I love most is how quickly the landscape changes. From the highland scenery, the road drops away, the temperature warms up, and you are descending into a dense forest toward the coast.
Great scenery too. It's kind of a shame that there's no place for you to stop.
Occasionally, the trees open up just enough to reveal these incredible valley views. I've ridden this section a few times before, but this was the first time I got to see it from the sky. Seeing the King's Highway like that, glowing in the autumn light, made me appreciate this road all over again. But I still have a distance to cover. Time to keep going.
The massive river. We've arrived at Batemans Bay. This is the halfway point of my journey, supposed to be my journey today. But I need to get something to eat.
I only had just over an hour of daylight left. Once again, I was racing the sunset. After a few previous trips, I've learned I'm not very good at sticking to a fixed plan. So this time, I decided to not make one. No booking, no fixed road, no real schedule. Just me, the bike, and a rough idea of where I want to end up. The true freedom of traveling solo.
The setting sun in the golden hour. So I've just got myself resupplied for the night and also got my accommodation settled. Not super far away and should be a very decent campground. I would love to camp there. That's amazing. Welcome to Mystery Bay Campground.
Just before the sun disappeared below the horizon, I arrived at the camp. This campground is quite popular for many reasons. A prime location, close to the A1, and sit right in front of the ocean. I managed to find a small spot near the entry. It's not perfect, with a bit of traffic coming in and out, but I have an open sky above and this view in front of me. I just have to set up my tent before it got completely dark. Yeah, look at that. You're literally 15 meters away from the beach. Before pitching the tent, I spoke to the older couple camped next to me just to make sure that they didn't mind me setting up there. That's one of the nice things about motorcycle camping. I don't take up much space, and I can usually squeeze into a decent little spot without disturbing anyone. After a quick cold shower, I sat next to the bike, listening the sound of the ocean in the dark and looking up at the stars. And it felt pretty fitting that I brought this beer with me, because tomorrow I'll definitely be heading toward the Victorian High Country. It's getting late. I'm all set up, ready to bed. This new sleeping bag is very warm, and can hear the ocean. I think I made the right decision to ride along the coastline and camp next to the ocean. Tomorrow gonna be the exciting day. I have a lot of miles to cover. Alright, I'll see you tomorrow morning. The next morning, the rising sun lit up my tent and slowly woke me up. I opened the door, and the first thing I saw was the beautiful ocean view. It's not easy to find a hotel room with a window looking directly out to the sea, so I was pretty happy with my little campsite choice. Good morning. What an awesome view to wake up to. I literally haven't been camping next to the ocean. Watching the sunrise next to bed in the ocean view. That's the view that I'm keen to come back for. The sun came up quickly and the temperature climbed into a comfortable 20 degrees. With freshly brewed coffee and a morning ocean view like this, it's one of the best moments I loved about camping. For this trip, I brought the anti-gravity A1 with me. It's small, light, and can shoot 360-degree footage. So even with just a single fly, I knew I could do a lot more with the footage later in the editing. But what I liked the most wasn't just the spec. I got to watch the scenery from above in real time. From above, the curves of the beach, the rock formation, and the morning light made the whole place feel bigger and more alive, almost like adding another layer to the adventure. Now, I was really excited to see what this drone can do over the high country. And I was glad I bought 2 drones on this trip because one of them was about to have a very personal relationship with trees. Now I've taken my walk. I had my coffee and breakfast. Time to pack things up and get moving. Before leaving, I decided to check out the lookout near the rock formation. My Neo 2 was getting a very nice close-up shot until it suddenly crashed into a tree.
But where is it? Okay. Sorry, mate. So I put you through this.
There was no visible damage, so I thought maybe it's just a one-time glitch.
Well, that's one thing I like about it.
I put it back in the air and let it to follow me again. And just when I thought maybe it had learned from the first tree, it found another one.
Come on, what happened to you? Okay, there's a problem. I can't reach it. Maybe the drone can fall off. Yep, please. Oh, it's working. Okay. With that sorted, me almost crashed my drone twice. I'm heading off now. So I'll keep riding south for a bit, following the A1, and then heading inland. I have a lot of distance to cover, has to be quick.
The plan for the day was much cleaner. I would ride directly toward the Braidwood and try to cover as much as distance as possible. At my current pace, I should be able to reach McKillops Bridge in the afternoon, then arrive at the camp beside the Snowy River just before sunset. After that, I could have a much more relaxed final day, riding the Braidwood and exploring the trail around the Snowy River. At least, that's what I thought I was about to do. I'm now riding on the snowy mountain highway, which will take me straight toward the mountain regions. To my surprise, the road turns twisty almost instantly. Sharp corners, hairpins, and steep climbs start appearing one after another. I rolled past Glenbook State Forest and stopped at a lookout. That was some very nice twisty. Caught me a little bit off guard, but it was pretty fun. I can feel the temperature dropping fast as I climb up.
Okay, that's probably why it's getting so cold. We're at 1,000 meters. We're starting at 6 meters in the morning. So you probably noticed for this trip, I'm running a carburetor and still using my trusty DMT2. Like every time I cut power, the unit went to a sleep mode rather than just simply turn off. It is a great feature. I think it will stay in the sleep mode for 4 hours before it shut down. Bombala, turn left.
The scenery opens up into this wide yellow grassland, rolling hills, and a long empty road. Now I feel like I properly entered the high country.
This is typical New South Wales high mountain plain. It's vast, dry, and brake.
On a road like this, it's very hard not to get carried away with the throttle.
This is actually a nice place to stay, especially in wintertime.
I've arrived at the township of Bombala. The town was full of autumn color, with golden leaves lining the streets. It was pretty quiet for a long weekend. I stopped at the local pub for a decent lunch, probably my last proper meal before heading into the middle of nowhere.
Man, I'm starving. Fully filled up, got water supply, ready to get into the Denali side. It's already 2:30. I probably still have 2 hours sunlight left riding motorcycle in winter time. Just don't get a lot of daylight.
Over lunch, I checked a few possible campsites along the snowy river. Ideally, I want to reach Will's campground near the New South Wales border. If I was running late, Sagan Bagan would be the backup. Both are down in the valley around 300-meter elevation, so I wouldn't have to worry too much about the temperature dropping overnight. But what I didn't know yet was just how far off the plan I was about to be.
The navigation is telling me to go that way, but the road sign said McKillops Bridge only 48k, going that way. I think this is a shortcut, and I'll take it.
From here, the trip starts to feel less like a road ride and more like the adventure I came for.
Yeah, look at that. It's apparently the dirt shortcut. That's perfect. Burning off ahead, drive safely. Okay, let's see the smoke now.
I didn't see any flame, but the smoke from the bike burning was really getting into my throat.
Look, I need to get my weather down.
Luckily, it only lasted a few kilometers, and before long, I was out the smoky area and back on the track toward McKillops Bridge. I passed a group of riders taking a break on the side of the road.
Hey guys.
I was in a bit of a rush, so I couldn't really stop for a chat. It was me against the sunlight again.
Everything's starting to shaking loose. Maybe I should slow down a little bit. The surface is good. It's just this occasional pothole that is quite annoying, and because of the shade from the tree, I can't really see them.
The road was getting better, the scenery was getting more beautiful, and I noticed I started to follow a small creek.
Wow, look at that. I really don't want to looking down. I'll stay on the safer side. That's at least 200-meter drop.
This river is called the Deddick River. The road I'm riding now follows this river through the valley, slowly leading me closer and closer to the bridge. This is where the trip really started to feel special. For 2 days, I had been slowly walking my way towards the Victorian High Country, and now I was almost there, riding this epic road in the golden hour. This road was getting too beautiful to rush, and I didn't want it to end. Time to cut the Neo 2 back.
What's going on, Mike? What's going on? For some reason, the Neo is just playing up today. I mean, really? That's stupid. Oh my god.
This little hike at least gave me a chance to stop and properly take in the surrounding. The forest was incredibly quiet. From the side of the road, I could see the small river flowing gently below me. Maybe it was the afternoon sun, or maybe I was still hot from the climb. I feel warm and peaceful. The sunlight was filtering through the tree, and the air was still. I didn't know this just yet, but this peaceful golden hour ride was about to change.
I need to push to my camp because I'm losing the sun. I don't have much time left. Snowy River National Park, welcome. Alright, we are officially in the Snowy River National Park. 1 kilometer away from my destination for tonight. I mean, it's supposed to be a half point of my today's journey, but at this stage, I'll take this one as a win.
McKillops Bridge is one of the most iconic landmarks in the Victorian High Country. The journey to get here is what made it special. The long gravel road, the steep mountain descent, the incredible scenery, and the real feeling of isolation. For many riders, it represents the true spirit of adventure riding.
I've made to the bridge. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
After 2 days of chasing this place, I finally saw the bridge in front of me. Being here and riding across it felt like a real personal achievement. It ticked one big item off my bucket list. For a few minutes, everything felt perfect. The light, the bridge, the river below, and the feeling that all the effort to get here had paid off. I thought this was going to be the highlight of the trip, and it was, just not in the way I expected. It was time to move on. Before leaving, I thought I could take one more pass across the bridge just to make sure I capture the best moment on camera.
Oh, fuck.
So how did it happen? Well, we can now see it from another angle. My leg was pinned under the bike and the luggage. My back was already against the wall, and I couldn't get my foot out. I could feel the situation getting very real very quickly. Am I in trouble? By sheer luck, help arrived.
Yeah, if you can pull on that side.
Here?
Yep.
Grab this. You okay?
Yep. If you just. Okay. Keep pulling.
You out?
All right.
You okay, bro?
Yeah, I think so. Oh,
Yeah, we came up because we heard you stopping by the cars, huh?
yeah, thank you. Lucky you are here.
Yeah.
I might be pinned.
Okay. Grab you?
Yep, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
You got it?
Yep. Whoa.
You okay?
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, nothing broken.
You can twist and everything?
No, I don't think anything broken.
Okay, good. Oh, we just come here and we're just chilling down by the water, somewhere down there. Man, be safe, yeah?
Yeah, I'm alright. Thank you a lot. Thanks again, mate.
I think I was still in a shock at the time, and I didn't even get to ask your name. You really helped me out on that day.
Oh my god. That was fucking stupid. No, so anyway, tip of advice, make sure you both wheel on the plate. Otherwise, you'll have a very interesting time. Travel slowly on bridge. Luckily, that was very slow.
It's funny how quickly a ride can change. A few
Obviously.
minutes earlier, I was feeling proud, excited, and ready for the next part of the trip. But now, I was standing beside the bike, sore and exhausted.
I'm so close to my destination and made a mistake. Probably just because I'm too exhausted. I will call for the day and head to the camp. Start to feel the pain now. Hope it's not the bone.
It's proper dark now. I had no choice but to find a camp nearby. The campsite is only a few hundred meters past the bridge. And to my surprise, there wasn't a single other person camped there.
Okay, this is good enough. Let's just stop here.
The adrenaline slowly wearing off. That's when I began to feel the pain in my knee and ankle. I guess having a 200 kilo bike plus luggage land on your leg isn't something you just walk off easily. But I still have to set up camp for the night before I could properly check my leg. Luckily, the injury was better than I first thought. Thanks to the knee armor and probably also the soft luggage, it could have been much worse. I took some painkillers and getting dinner started.
What a way to finish the day. It was almost perfect today. I guess that's part of the adventure, isn't it? It could be worse. And I was lucky there's a guy just literally a minute away. So if I continue tomorrow, it will take me at least 3 hours to finish the trail. And then another 5 hours ride all the way back home. That's gonna be a very painful journey. An alternative is I take the same way as I coming in and head home directly. I had my fun, I made to the McKillops Bridge, and maybe now it's time to head home. Dinner is cooked, and I'll watch a movie and eat my dinner. Ooh, let's pause that. And I'm sure I'll feel much better after some warm meal.
For contract, he's not gonna play until he gets paid market value.
Allie, get me some comps for Texans.
It's about 10:30 now. I think I'm ready to bed. Not sure about issues here, but it is getting pretty cold. And my leg is killing me. Anyway, gonna be a very interesting night. That's it for today. I'll see you in the morning. Ciao.
My plan for tomorrow was still the Barry Way. But now, with a sore leg and shaken confidence, the real question was, do I keep going or should I turn back?